You're in the
Wow.
right place. I'm Ron Story. I am the head of product at SpeakerHub. We're here with Angela Lewis, who's also works at SpeakerHub. She is the head of operations. We run a team of about 42 people. Actually, I guess with Liliana leaving, we're down to 41 that make this thing go. Um, 21 of us are full time. The other 19 or 20 are contractors that work with us doing a bunch of our research. Altogether, we have about 63,000 clients around the world that use our directory service or our database services to get booked for more speaking gigs. So, what I really want to do is kind of learn what you all's goals are, um, see if there's a way that we could work together, and if not, we'll just depart friends. But I can tell you with a lot of certainty that there's no better place to be if you want to be booked more. So if you can find another company that's willing to actually show you their work and show you the bookings that they've gotten, then I want to know who they are because nobody else is showing their work. Everybody else is making promises. We actually show our data to show you people getting booked. So I don't know if Mike Chahinian, is that right?
Shahinian, yeah.
Okay, Mike Chahinian, if you want to introduce yourself, and I don't know the other Mike. What's your name, Mike? Your last name?
I think last name's Bert.
Okay, Mike Burt. So we'll go in reverse alphabetical order. Jahinian, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, Mike Shahinian. I'm founder and CEO of Crew Social. So we're a loneliness solution, both for individuals as well as organizations. We help increase retention at organizations, engagement, working with churches and corporations currently. And we've helped thousands of people overcome loneliness in the last 18 months. So yeah, and I've done a lot of things over the last 20 years. This is kind of my latest kind of turn in my career, and so looking forward to speaking about these topics and helping people and organizations out.
What's your speaking topic? What is it that you speak about?
So it's about engagement. It's about employee engagement, church congregant engagement, retention. It's about genuine connection, about overcoming loneliness.
Cool. And how do you find your gigs now?
Well, just by invitation only. It's not, I wouldn't say we have like a proactive strategy. We're just kind of launching this is our first kind of proactive strategy to book gigs.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Usually, it's not unusual. Most speakers they wait to get booked, and usually when we ask how do you get booked, they say, "Oh well, people find me." And usually they get a bit discontent with waiting and they say, I need to take some control over this if I'm going to build a business around my IP. So they come to us. So, Mike Burt, did I say it right?
Yep.
All right. You want to tell us what you speak about?
I don't. I work for Mike.
Oh, I didn't know
I'm
you
the
all were
one
together.
who's,
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing the thing to in charge of this outreach for him to, our goal is to build his profile.
Okay.
We're, you know, um, early stages here, raising some funds and doing some stuff. We're gaining some traction. So we want to
Cool.
raise Mike's profile, not
Makes
only
sense.
as an industry leader in this subject, but so this thought leadership thing for loneliness is one of the areas for him. It's a tech solution that we have. So there's a tech aspect to this. So that's
No, that's
what
pretty
I'm
cool. Which
here
one
for.
of you found us? Who
Um,
discovered SpeakerHub? Was it Mike or Mike?
I, I found you guys. Yeah, I filled
yeah.
out the application. Yep.
All right, cool. So to kind of bring everybody up to speed, basically, everything that we do at SpeakerHub is based around what I've learned for the last 6 years working as an agent for speakers. And the issue came when I was asked, like, hey, I'm tired of waiting for speaking gigs. Can you, the same way you book sales meetings for people, can you book sales meetings for me? And my thing was, I can't get you the gig, but I can get you the meeting. And I believe that most speakers, if they just were given the opportunity to have the meeting, they could probably make the sale themselves. So I started to do that and became very popular. And then we decided to build software that allowed us to do it for more people at the same time. Because as a single person, doing this, you run into capacity issues, right? And then with the developments of AI and other things, we were able to build some tools that solve that problem. But more importantly than the tools is really the accountability. So we believe that the best things in the world are built around having a strategy, a process, and then the accountability to implementing it. And as you mentioned, loneliness, one of my daily conversations is that the speaking business is one of the loneliest business in the world because most speakers are working by themselves. They don't have a, a counterpart with the same name that helps them out with their pitching and getting booked. They're usually lasting about 9 months in the speaking industry and giving up because they weren't discovered, right? So we run SpeakerHub just like you would run a record company. We believe in promoting the voices of our speakers, just like Universal Records or Universal Music promotes the voices of their singers and their music artists. And it's done through hard work. So what questions do you have before I kind of show you what we do? Because I want to make sure that I'm addressing and being able to meet your needs versus just talking in a box.
I don't have anything
Good.
off
What,
the top.
what's
I've not worked with you guys, but have with some others and have done this in the past for folks. So curious. I've heard of you
yeah.
guys. Have
So
not
so
worked
what
with you.
what made
So,
you leave those other programs you were using?
I usually I was on contract working for a business. So
Gotcha. Have you done
get people
outreach
up and
before?
running, show them how it works. And then I would usually step out and be away, and then they were off and running on their own. So
Gotcha. Have you done outreach for speakers before, Mike?
yeah,
Okay. And
yeah,
were
just
you using your
manual
own? How are you
PR
getting the
type
data?
stuff, just manual, PR type outreach, looking at podcast lists and just
Okay. All right.
direct
So,
outreach.
makes sense. 100% get it. So 100% get it. And Mike, how many gigs are you trying to get? Are you trying to just do paid speaking gigs? Are you trying to do podcasts? Are you looking for thought leadership in the press? What's the what's the big domino?
I would say, yeah, I mean, I would say all the above. I'd like to be able to book something at least kind of once a month to start with, and then grow, and then building up to maybe once every couple of weeks.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And are you primarily focusing on conferences, local associations, podcast? What's the focus?
We haven't really determined like a specific focus, but we are looking at podcasts. We have subscribed to Podmatch as well to look
Mhm.
into like the podcasting scene, and and then this is kind of like the idea is for Speaker Hub to get into more like the live speaking scene.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me share with you what we do because I think when you see it, you'll get it. Right. So as I mentioned, we're every 51 minutes somebody's getting booked. Right. Or they're having the meeting with the meeting planner. Whether they get booked or not is up to them being able to negotiate the price, the dates, and all of that. We don't take responsibility for that because our job is to get you the meeting. Does that make sense? And then you can work out all the details and sales and things of that sort. Now, the thing that sets us apart is what we call the speaker flywheel. So, Mike, if you were to think of your top five favorite speakers, how many of them have you heard speak live and in person?
Uh,
Uh, Zero.
sorry, him. I keep thinking it's me.
Well, either
Sorry.
one, both of you guys. I mean, we're in this
Yeah,
together.
Mike, go
Probably
ahead.
zero. Yeah.
Yeah,
They keep saying the
it's
same
been a
thing.
while. Like um, I know we're post COVID for a while now, but events. I used to be an event person, so I've been to lots and lots of events, but I know they're kind of coming back. So
Yeah.
in person, I haven't
Well,
done in a bit.
whatever. I've asked this question now for about 5 years, and nobody's ever told me all five.
Yeah,
Why? Because we hear people on podcasts, we buy books, we see them on YouTube, we see them in all the places outside of just live speaking. But most new speakers only want to do live. I only want to show up where they pay me. And I'm like, that's not who your role model. That's not what your role
yeah,
model. You heard about. He's a thought leader because he leads people everywhere he is, right? He leads with his voice. So whether it's through writing in the media or getting featured in media, whether it's being on podcasts, whether it's doing local associations or conferences, they're constantly leading, right? So that's what we 100% believe in. If this is contrary to what you want to do, you're going to hate it here, right? This is going to be the worst decision you ever made, right? But if you're okay with having people find you, but also reaching out to the stages you want to be on, you may have found a new home, right? Now, the way that we do this is through, Inbound, which is our directory of, as I mentioned before, over 63,000 speakers have a profile with us, so that when they're searched in, when someone searches for them in Google, they get found. So if I bring up Kevin Carter here, we do a search for Kevin Carter, and where's Kevin? We don't see him, not even his own website, right? But if I put speaker behind it, let me put an R in there. I put a speaker behind it. Guess who shows up? Kevin Carter, right? So we've mastered the inbound side of things. So I can say 97% of our speakers, if they're in our database, we probably outrank their personal websites and everything else, right? So you can see here we are. There's some videos because he's been on some other things, but we're pretty strong with the SEO for the inbound side of things. So if people may know you, Mike, for other things, and you want them to know you for this is the way that the event planner search. They search your name, speaker, on the backside. So that's how we help you on the inbound side. Not to mention that we also have 10,000 organizers that are just searching for speakers all the time. On the outbound side, that's where the difference is made, because speakers who do outreach, they usually get booked 7 times more than those who wait. And that's our magic formula. So I'll show you this. Good to see you. Who else just came in? Melanie, good to see you again. You came back. Good to see you. So basically here with, this is what we call SpeakerHub Pro, and the Pro is for proactive, right? So the regular SpeakerHub is just, I put up a profile and I'm waiting. This is for those who are, for lack of better words, missionaries. I'm going out. I'm not waiting on them to come to church. We're going to go and evangelize for the person that we're trying to get on stages. So basically, when I ran the agency, I would have to go to someone's LinkedIn, I would go to their website, and then I would have to put together a profile for them. So I help individuals who deal with loneliness to feel heard using my Mike and Mike framework, right? So I just made that up. But this is what we would do. We would find out what you do, Mike. We would put it in, and we would have to write a bio on you. Now with technology, we can go ahead and have the AI write that bio for you. Now, the cool thing about it is that we have 4 million opportunities. So the bio will automatically start matching you with the right podcast, the right associations, and the right conferences. So you can see here it is. I'm Ron Story, focusing on helping individuals who struggle with loneliness to find their voices and feel heard. With my unique Mike and Mike framework, I guide people through the process of self-expression and active listening, fostering connection and understanding. My approach empowers individuals to break the isolation barrier and build authentic relationships, so forth and so on, right? So now, with Podmatch, how do you find your speaking gigs there? They probably don't match you automatically with the ones you should be on. So we automatically go ahead and start making associations. Those things deal with anxiety. We got a lot of different loneliness podcasts. I mean, we can search for podcasts forever, right? I can listen to the podcast here. And if it's one that I want to go on, all I do is add it to a list and I reach out to it. And here in 15 seconds, just like I had to do when I was an agent, I had to write the email to pitch the person. We've trained the AI to do that for you. also. So here in 5 seconds, it should be done with a personalized pitch, no templates, no two people sound alike. Everybody's unique. Your episode on the impact of loneliness amongst older adults resonates deeply with me as someone who passionately believes in addressing loneliness using my Mike and Mike framework. I see an opportunity to enrich our conversation by exploring solutions that foster genuine connection and transform silence into meaningful dialogue. Let's bridge our insights to empower, blah, blah, blah. If I don't like that, I can rewrite it, right? I can make it shorter and I can make it more direct, right? So, moral of the story is that you actually keep control. Unlike every other bureau out there, we don't take any commissions from you. We just push you to be active. This is how we get people booked. So all you have to do is send the email. That works the same way for associations, works the same way for conferences, and you can track everything right here on inside of the tech. But you can see Ricky sent 274 of these since yesterday because it's the start of the week. Shannon has reached out to 74 opportunities, Jadika 45, so forth and so on. So this is what we do. This is how we help you to get booked.
Do you have so are those podcasts and things that are being searched, are those folks who are, they're looking for a guest side? So are they signed up in this database? Or are these
No.
things you guys have scraped to go out and find
Yep,
to
we
include
go
in
out and
this?
we grab it right from their contact page from their website,
Okay.
right? So they made it publicly available, so we go get it.
Okay.
It would, you know how long it would take for us to get 4 million people to subscribe to our service? I mean, we would need probably $300 million worth of venture capital funding to do that. Right. So the best way to look at us versus Podmatch or something like that, Podmatch is a dating service. We're a directory or a database, totally different. You get access just to whoever signed up for their platform. We give you access to everybody.
Okay.
Yep. So anything else? What's the decision hinged upon?
Well, how much? Obviously, money is always the number one, and
$18 million a day.
ROI. You know,
18 million a day. No, I'm just kidding.
do we get a
What?
return on this thing? Because my thing in Podmatch has been, and when I've used that in the past, and really any of these, you pay for it, and it's not. So you help with the directory, yes. Is your response rate better than me just brute
So
forcing it?
yeah, so I'll tell you the best way to think about this. Email is email, right? What we did is saved you the Googling. You can Google and make all the Excel sheets you would like to make, and you can copy and paste into Chat GPT. You're just going to lose to our customers that are not doing any of that because we have it all integrated into one place. So we found people who have had full-time assistants that were doing this, and they switched to us and they didn't need the assistant anymore because the same research they were paying someone $1,600 a month at $10 an hour to do, we were able to get done for them in a shorter period of time with equal or better results because our prompts are probably better than theirs. Our prompts are built off of the emails that I sent in our agency for the last 6 years, not just built off of some random Chat GPT stuff. Right?
Or actual copies, since I've been doing it a long time and I don't use Chat GPT.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. You got to remember, I ran an agency. I booked 10,000 meetings, right? So I can come in here and I can turn that off and I can just go use templates. Like I can just put my templates in and say whatever I want to say, just like you want to say, right? So we've thought about that because since we've run an agency, we know exactly, what the person would run into. So maybe Mike wants to do something for Crew Social from that perspective, but maybe he wants to do something else from the Christian perspective. So you can pitch him for different personalities, right? Because we've run this for over 1,000 speakers as my personal clients, and not to mention Angie's agency that we bought, you know, to bring in. We acquired her business to bring it into ours. I mean, there's nobody else who has more experience than us.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, no, we've thought about it. Believe me, we've lived it. But this is what we do. I mean, so what's the next steps in you guys' mind that will help you to make a decision outside of price? Let's keep price over here for about another 20 minutes because I don't think that that's ever the determining factor.
Oh, I
And
mean,
so
yeah, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
do you guys have in your database, do you have kind of, is there are there paid speaking opportunities there? And do you distinguish those? And do you have like, let's say, a unfilled kind of paid speaking gigs as part of it as well?
So we look at speaking gigs just like jobs. So, how much does a developer make at Cruise Social? Or is it negotiable?
I mean, it depends on their skill level, and where they're based and all that. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So if
yeah.
Donald Trump was going to go speak at any speaking gig, they would all find the money to pay him. But if my little 3-year-old daughter applied for the same speaking gig, they would question her fees, right? So it's all negotiable. Their job is to get the best speaker at the lowest price. Your job is to get the most gigs at the highest fee or the highest ROI. Personally, I pay for speaking gigs. I don't do paid speaking gigs. I actually buy the stages I want to be on. That's why I have like a 90% booking rate because I'll just go buy a sponsorship at the conference and they'll give me an hour, right? And now I've turned something that was a debt to them into a profit center. So I've seen both sides of the spectrum. Some people want their fee like Les Brown and people like that, but other folks are like, no, I'll buy a sponsorship because they have my audience, right? So it's really up to the speaker to negotiate for themselves. We're just the data and time, I guess the time warp in between what you would do before you got there. We're not a booking agency. I'm very clear on that. You still have to negotiate. Mike still has to write a great email for you. We're just saving Mike 20 hours a week of Googling.
Mhm. Okay. Got it. Yeah, there was a program that I looked at last year where they have like a database of like unpaid speaking gigs or unfilled paid speaking gigs in every like area you could imagine. So like loneliness, employee engagement, churches, stuff like that. And so they would they would help you apply for those kinds of what consider to be unfilled paid speaking gigs. So obviously they would charge for that. So I wasn't sure if this has like a similar capability.
I mean, at
Is
our
that
essence, we're a membership and data company, right?
yeah.
You get to be around other speakers that are getting results and, building those relationships, but at the same time, you get to learn from them, but you get to do your own thing. I mean, it's,
Hmm.
we're just results driven, man. I mean, I we hear a lot of hypothetical competition that nobody's using. We're like, dude, if it was so great, why ain't you over there? Because it don't work. I mean, it's just the facts. Like
Hmm.
this email works, you know. I think you seem like a trustworthy guy. You seem like a likable guy. You're just unknown, right? And I've never seen anyone run Facebook ads to get speaking gigs. You got to do the dirty work of introducing yourself to one event planner at a time.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, so the stuff that's available for free is basically just the inbound side of things, like you said.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't include like the
that used
list
to
of.
be available for free. We don't even offer that anymore because we got 63,000 profiles. We don't need 80,000 people doing nothing. It doesn't push the mission of what we're trying to do, which is to get more speakers on stage. It just costs us more server bandwidth to have more profiles of people not getting booked. So we're like, dude, stop offering that. I bought the company 8 months ago, right? And so we just made a lot of changes because it wasn't being effective. All we got was a bunch of people complaining, well, I've been on SpeakerHub for 3 years. I never got anything. Dude, you put one sentence up and a photo of a logo of your company. Like, of course you didn't get anything. There's 60,000 competitors in there. But I can tell you those who did get things, those who went in and they reached out, right? I think the biggest thing that you have to think about is what's the investment in Mike and what he's doing, right? And what's the ROI on that with him Googling and deciding, is it easier just to give him access to something where the Googling is already done? And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what it comes down to. I mean, there's no easy button. Like, if there was a way to get free speaking gigs, I would shut the business down and just do free speaking gigs. I would even try to sell data. I would just do speaking gigs for free and just have people give me 10 grand. But that's not how it works. So, but here, let me show you one last thing so you can kind of see how we work. And I'll give you the link to this because I think it'll help you. And you're free to ask, different people. AJ has been a client of ours for 5 years. This is our normal. We do a call. Let me just show you this so you kind of understand what we ended up going to because we had so much demand. We do a call every day called Speaker Co-working. And that call is every day at 12, 3, and 7. And your time with me just happened to be at that call, so I just left it there. But every day we record our calls with speakers that we work with. I mean, there's usually 20 to 30. I think there was maybe 35 speakers on earlier this morning that, in our 12 o'clock call that were from around the world that are just asking about getting booked more. So we usually encourage people to come to that call so you can kind of talk to people who are actually using our stuff and see why, because whatever I say, dude, of course, I own the company. You're not going to believe me. But to talk to the people that have spent $10,000, $12,000 with us, you're like, yeah, this is probably the place we need to be because they're the ones that are getting the ROI. But that's what this call is about. It's our customers that are from around the world. They hop on, they answer questions, just like AJ is here. These folks usually hop on at least one of these 3 calls every day. So you're always welcome to come to one of those. Actually, I prefer it before you ever give us $1. I prefer you come to one of those calls so that you can really understand what we do. And, you can get started with us. I can't pull up the daggone page, but it's as cheap as, $104 a month or $277 a month. So, that kind of eliminates the price objection. And there it is.
Awesome.
I don't have anything else. I mean, that's pretty much
about
it.
okay.
I mean, it's really, unless you got other questions, there's no
there
hard pitch. I mean,
so that first guy you showed on the top of that list had sent out a ton of pitches here early. Are there limits? Is it an unlimited amount of pitches
yeah.
on that
So you get a
membership?
limit depending on the plan that you have. It could be from 100, 200 to 400 opportunities. And then you have unlimited follow-ups, right? So most people will send 400 to 500 a month, and then they're just following up from there, depending on what level of speaker they are. The most underused or undervalued platform for especially what Mike is trying to do is probably going to be podcasting, because you can get in front of so many people, but also the local associations. Been able to go talk to local associations. That's where you get the corporate gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate gigs don't come from emailing corporate folks. It comes from going to local associations and getting picked based on the executive that's in the room saying, hey, come talk to my group. Because you're trying to speak at Netflix, they got 10,000 employees. Who books speakers? Email all 300 people in HR. Good luck. Good luck with that one, right? So, I mean, 90% of what you're paying for is my know-how on how to get booked and all the people I've worked with that I bring in to kind of tell you the truth about the business.
Okay, cool.
And where do we see those different like packages, Ron? Like it's not different. It's not clear to me on the website, like really
Yeah.
where.
Yeah, we don't
Uh,
we don't put it out there because I want you to go and talk to our customers first. I want you to come on a call where you can ask people questions because the price, again, the price is the least important thing. It's the confidence of whether or not you're going to get booked. And, so I want you to come to a call where we have more people and you can answer more questions and do things like that. This is actually the first day that we did the 3 o'clock call. Um, but usually 12 or 7 o'clock, people are on there all the time. Listen to some of the testimonials, you know. But I want you to focus on again. I've never seen anyone where price was a problem, and the reason being is that if we gave it to you for free, you would take it, right? and, and you would say, "Yeah, I would definitely do this." If I said you could just have it now for free, you would sign up tomorrow. But our thing is talk to some folks that have done it and see what they have to say. I mean, you can ask AJ. I think Melanie has used this for a while. I don't know how many pictures she sent, but Melanie comes in and out of the calls all the time. So, and then Ange ran an entire agency built on our technology for 3 years before we brought our agency and all of her team into. I mean, so she booked all types of speakers on all types of stuff.
mhm.
So
Uh, okay, got it. And I see like there's a link to SpeakerHub Pro. What exactly is that? Is that what we're talking about here, or is that
yeah,
something else?
that's what I just showed you. That's the outbound
Okay.
system. That's SpeakerHub Pro.
Okay.
Yeah. So nothing. We turned off pretty much everything that where a person. Again, we were software first for a while, and we realized that people sign up, they don't talk to us, they don't really know how to use the system. Oh man, this didn't work, dude. You sent 2 emails in 60 days. Like, of course you didn't get booked for $1 million speaking gig, you know. So we just decided to be a bit more intentional. Uh, so yeah. What
Mhm.
any other questions for me or anyone else? No hard feelings on this side, guys.
Nope.
So I was new, and I'm gonna tell you, when I started pitching, I did get a lot of responses to the system. So you just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I introduced it to somebody else that's in there now, and she's doing amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the
Awesome.
the results are the results. I mean, the yeah, I don't know how else to say it. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
I would definitely say from my point of view, I've probably been using it the longest out of most people because I've been using it for 5 years. And I had relationships with a lot of event planners. Um, this is by far the easiest way to connect with them. Um, just because all you got like is email. You literally just start a conversation. So um, yeah, it's a cheat code. I jump on here whenever he has it because I just use this as my time to reach out. So literally in the background, I'm just on the meetings reaching out to people. And like literally as you reach out, they start reaching back out to you, you start conversation, build the relationship. But I mean, when I first signed on, first thing he told me was this isn't a magic formula. Like you're gonna have to do the work to send it to get the conversation going. But since I've done that, yeah, I'll be here for life.
Awesome.
any other questions, Mike and
I don't
Mike?
have anything, Mike, if you don't.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So let's take us off the table. Let's say, Speaker Up goes kaput tomorrow. What's your current game plan?
Brute force. Just search and message.
Gotcha. Have you built a spreadsheet already?
I only just got rolling with Mike here, so we're early into
Gotcha.
this. So
Okay.
yeah, we're in that
Okay.
process. So yeah, looking for ways to speed this up if possible, for sure. Rather, the organic route is always a slog.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. So this is our list. This is what we go and we pull. We've been pulling conferences forever. And we have one rule. The conference has to be in business for at least 3 years consecutively. So you can see on here, I think this may be 27,000. This is one of them. This is the one that Catherine puts together for us. And I mean, the same job that you're talking about doing, you can see she does this on a daily basis. So far, last week, she put in all of these and she goes, now she has to go back and get the email addresses and write all the descriptions. But this is just what she does on a daily basis in order to keep our database live. Where, a lot of folks are, oh man, I'm going to go do it. I'm like, good luck. I mean, and I mean, this is all that she does. She has her process, and then we have other scrapers that we use. But if you want to do this, high five. You know, if you get a large enough list, I'll buy the data from you. We'll make it profitable for you. I'll buy your list from you so that we can build our list. And that's what we've done with all of our competitors. Either we bought them or we bought data from them, because we just if there was a better place, we would go to it. We wouldn't do it. So, everybody on the market that has data, we buy data from them in order to make sure that we're always up to date on top of our own stuff. So, Mike, when you get that list, you call me, okay? I got you. I'll give you $2 for every email address you got. All right. All right. Any other questions for me, guys, or anything else about how we get people booked? Any questions about the methods that you could use to make it easier? You want a list of our competitors, you can check them out and see what they have to offer. I can tell you, go look at them, try them out, and then we'll still be here when you get back.
I don't have anything right now. This was pretty clear. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
It's good. Yeah, thanks, Ron.
oh yeah, come on. Feel free to come in anytime we have 12 Eastern and again at 7 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday. And yeah, I don't know much else. I just get people booked on stages, man. So
Awesome.
all right. Well,
All right. Thank you, guys.
See you later.
We appreciate
So-
it. Thank you.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Okay. All right,
Melanie,
thanks,
what
Ron.
topic will you want to cover today? Because this is our first 3:00 meeting. So you know what? You have any questions? It was good to see you. It's been a while. How your 2025 been going? I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we just got a little busy. So I talked to Angelica and she started telling me about some of the things you are gonna get ready to do. So I said, well, let me hop on and find out what's going on so I can know how to move my next couple of months.
100%. Yeah, Jadika's been amazing. Jadika's been killing it.
I know she has. I'm so happy that I introduced her to you.
Oh, 100%. I am too. Yeah, she found her spark. Like somebody gets reignited and then it's like for lack of a better example, we used to have a dog, and this is before every dog lived in a house. Back in the 80s, black folks, they bring their dog in the house. Your dog had a dog house outside, right? But if that dog ever got off that leash, you would never get them back on it, right? And Jadika is like that person that has found their freedom of getting on podcast and selling her books and stuff. And she ain't never going back to being the old Jadika.
Not at all.
Yes, it's been good to. I mean, she's always positive. We always joke about how she has 800 hair wraps. And
Yeah.
so every day she has head wrap number 376. Usually I make up a fake number just to joke with her about it. But I really appreciate
I was
the introduction.
interested in finding out what was going on next month. She said that you were going to do some launching or something with AI.
Yeah, well, so we already have the AI in the system that writes already, but we're going to let people to sell their courses. That's what we were talking about this morning.
Yeah.
Like that, the ability for a person to make money off the stage is probably the most important factor in whether a speaker will stay a speaker.
I agree. I was really interested in that this morning because I'm like, wow, that's a real new approach because most people don't do that. So that made me come back this afternoon. I said, I need to get me some more information.
Yeah, what questions you got? I'll show you. I mean, I can answer whatever questions, whatever. I mean, it's just us. I mean, this is
Yeah, I seen what happened this morning, so that was a plus. So what are we supposed to do when we want to create new product?
okay. So the first thing you got to do is create the product outside of us, right?
Right.
And then we'll be the distribution point. So if you got a book already that's a PDF or something like that, we can upload that book so that people can download it, right? And then if you wanted to add a course to it, you could have the book plus video training, right? And so that's basically once you get to that point, you give us a call, we'll walk you through how to upload everything so that you can start selling it. And yeah, you sell it through our platform. You know, I don't know if you're gonna offer, we need to make a decision on like the refund policy because I think we may do like a 14-day refund policy on everything. But after that refund policy is up, we just send you the money. Yeah. So, but everybody can decide on their. Some people say, "No, I'm not giving them a refund." Okay, I'm not going to argue with you about that. But for those who want to be fair and offer a refund policy, I think that's a smart thing because you don't want people buying a course and they don't like it. Just give them their money back. Make life a lot easier. Make sense?
It also goes to your credibility also.
Oh, 100%. Because I mean, if I have a speaker that has a course that keeps getting a bunch of refunds, we're just going to kick them off. Like, hey,
Right.
you can be on the platform, but you can't sell nothing no more because people they don't want this poop in the box you selling. you know? You know? So, but
When are you guys gonna
what
launch
type
it?
of product are you thinking about? What type of
Um,
product are you thinking about selling?
Probably just books.
Okay.
I'm big into books, so I have a couple of books that I did with business, but based on biblical principle, like Solomon.
Uh-huh.
So I want to repurpose those and put some more information in, and then see what I could do with that to start
Oh,
off.
100%. And you got to remember that audiobooks are just another version of a book. So people pay for audiobooks, right? A course is just a video version of the audiobook. So you can take that same book because you got to think, when did you write the book that was based on Solomon? Was it last week or a few years ago?
It was 2 years, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. And you probably got a bunch of different perspectives and different examples over those 2 years.
I did.
That's what makes the course cool because the examples you didn't put in the book, you can now talk about on the video to go in and out from a different perspective. That's the beauty of courses is you can't get it all in the book,
Right.
but you can get like the extended version. Remember they used to have the albums. You get the album and then you get the LP. That was the long play, right? Where the same song they play on the radio for 3 minutes, you didn't get the 4 minute intro from the Isley Brothers. You only got the 3 minutes where they were singing. On the album, you got the whole 4 minutes intro and the 2 minute outro that they don't play on the radio. That's kind of what a video course is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep. Because I remember there's so many songs. I'm like, Mama, what song is this? Boy, this such and such. Like, that ain't it. And then 2 minutes into it, it was that. But on the radio, they didn't play that part, you know? So it's kind of the same thing. So anything else?
No, I think I'm just going to lean back in because I think that's an excellent idea, and the way you're going to do it with that. One what was that? Udemy? That I never even heard of that product. So yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think we get so caught up in like people talking about, oh, my course costs $18,000. It's like, yeah, but don't nobody buy it. So we're wasting time if nobody's buying and learning from you. But if you can help a lot of people with a reasonable look at this, I'm going to show you an example. This will be in my next example will be this. This guy here, you go to YouTube. This guy, Justin Welsh. We're going to talk about him a lot because he has no employees and he does 1.7 million a year. Overall, he's done $8 million over the last 6 years, right? How much you think his course cost? What you think? You want to take a guess?
A couple $100.
Let's see. Let's go to the Content OS course. I can get it right now for $79.
Oh, wow.
Right? The LinkedIn course. Right now in Columbia, I can save 50%, $99.
Wow.
Right? The Creator MBA or whatever this is like his big course. Right? $500. Right? I mean, anybody can afford this. You see what I mean? It's not this, I'm trying to pay my mortgage with one customer type of thing, You know what I'm talking about, though. You done seen it. Mortgage your life to come work with us. It's like, dude, get up out of here. Like, help pay for my plane. Like, if you don't get your butt out of here. But that's the gist. Like, being reasonable. Like, dude, what's wrong with being reasonable and helping folks?
How many different courses per se can you have in your profile? Because
Yep.
some people may have 2 or 3 different courses
Yep.
on different topics.
No, you asked a really good question. So we call it your speaker library, right? And I'm going to show it to you. So that's our title for it is speaker library. And I'll show you an example. So let's go to Teresa's page. And what you're going to see here on Teresa's page is, let's see whenever it loads. You can see Teresa has how many courses? Right. But we're not going to limit you on the number of courses you can have. Right. So you can have multiple courses. It doesn't matter to me. My thing is, are you helping people? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So as long as you got good stuff, just like, again, I'm following I'm a copycat. Let me tell you something. I learned, look, I ain't gotta find a new discovery. I need to find what's working and then just do that. Well, let's look at this guy, Thomas Moravec. He got Learn Digital Advertising. That's that particular course. But let's see if he has another one. He got, how many courses he got on here? You see that?
68.
68. Look, he got 68 courses. Who am I to argue with this dude? He's trying to help people. Make sense? So we're not going to limit you. We want you to, look, people need our help. Ms. Buncham, I'm just being real with you. There's so many folks so many young people, so many folks middle-aged, they hate their job. So many older people don't know what they're going to do after they retire. Like, you know how many, so we're going to start having speakers, like we're going to start helping people to start their own speaker booking agency, right? So, and the example I use is my sister and my mom. My sister has MS, right? And she is 53 years old. But she's not very mobile. She used to work at the post office, but now she's at home all the time. But you know what she at home doing on her MacBook? She can send these pictures for speakers. We just haven't given it to her as a business yet. But if we could give her a business in a box where she could pitch people like the guy who was on here or the girl earlier who said, I need a VA, right? Where where someone could be doing that work for them. That's somebody that's retired, but they still want to be involved. Dude, what's wrong with them making extra $4,000 to $5,000 a month? Not having to shovel snow. Like nobody want to be outside digging gardens in their 70s, So we're just trying to provide opportunities for us, first off, like for people that look like you and me, but also for anybody who wants an opportunity. I'm like, look, You know, so but that's the gist. You can sell. You want to put 100 courses on there? I'm gonna help you. Is that fair?
Sure.
Yeah, we got you. If Jadika want to put as many
She
courses as
got a lot.
Jadika,
She
yeah, I
got a
mean,
lot for sure.
but that's exactly like you ever met someone who had all the information, but they didn't have a way to promote themselves, or it was a singer that could sing. She could hit all the notes, but she only sang at church. If the record company would have just came to the church and heard her, she would be Whitney Houston. But she just didn't have the right promoter. That's our job. Our job is to be that promoter.
Yeah, because when I first met her, I said to myself, and she started talking and showing us what she was doing. I said, that lady right there, she should be a millionaire right now because she got the goods, what to do, and she know what she's doing. I had a pain in my hand one day, and I talked to her, and she told me what to do. I never got the pain again, ever again.
Yeah, no,
So she
that's
knows what
incredible.
she's doing, and she got the courses and stuff. So she'll be very good.
Oh yeah, we'll help her. I mean, we get over 300,000 people visiting our site every month. It's a lot of people. A lot of people. So, you know, even though we're a speaker-based site, it's still humans on there. They got these human problems.
Right.
You know? So, but yeah, that's what we're working on. So if you don't have any other questions, I'm gonna end this 3 o'clock session early.
Yes, sir, because I'm going to get busy doing some stuff myself, and now I got to get back out my books and stuff.
That's it. Get them out. We'll help you. We'll put them in front of people and
Okay.
get to make a decision, right? They can
Yep.
decide how they want to go about it. But it's always good to see you. You're always welcome. And let us know how we can help.
Okay, I will.
Is
Very soon.
that Magic Johnson? And who is that back there dunking on that photo?
Oh no, that's Kobe.
Okay, Kobe. You a Kobe fan?
Now my husband, he's a diehard Laker fan.
Okay, all right. Well, y'all family now. If you like the Lakers, we good. Yeah. I mean, Lakers till I die. You know, so I get it.
Him too.
That's it. Well, hey,
Okay, thank you so much.
I'll
See you
talk to you
guys
later, guys.
soon.
All right,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye.